Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're reading from Beattie's book, The Language of Letting Go, page 97, the writing for April 8th, Self-Care. I don't precisely know what you need to do to take care of yourself, but I know you can figure it out. And that is from Beyond Codependency. Isn't that the hardest thing sometimes, figuring it out? My goodness. Okay, here we go, the reflection. Rest when you're tired. Take a drink of cold water when you're thirsty. Call a friend when you're lonely. Ask God to help you when you feel overwhelmed. Many of us have learned how to deprive and neglect ourselves. Many of us have learned to push ourselves hard when the problem is that we're already pushed too hard. Many of us are afraid the work won't get done if we rest when we're tired. The work will get done. It will be done better than work that emerges from tiredness of soul and spirit. Nurtured, nourished people who love themselves and care for themselves are the delight of the universe. They are well-timed, efficient, and divinely led. Today I will practice loving self-care. I love that so much. I think this is an area I struggle with very, very much, and believing that lie that there's no time to rest. Really believing it, seeing the evidence for it everywhere. And something really interesting happened for me lately. Like, I didn't choose this change. I had to make this change. And at this new job I started, you have to take lunch. You are not allowed to not take lunch. And I had never done this before. And it's been really interesting because at my old place of work, I would always work through lunch, but I never got out any earlier for it. I don't think, in retrospect, but that was why I wanted to. I was like, I'm not going to leave 30 minutes later just to sit for 30 minutes in the middle of the day. And so now that I legally am required to take a lunch, I do think I am more refreshed for the second half of the day and work a little bit faster. So think about that for a minute. But it made me laugh at myself a little bit because I never, ever would have made that change had I not had to. And I really do believe this. It says many of us are afraid the work won't get done if we rest when we're tired. And this is just one of those opportunities where we get to flex our trust muscles. So maybe you can ask your higher power today, like, where are you asking me to rest? Because rest also, I think it has this connection or this association in many of our minds that rest is laziness, that to rest is weak, that to rest means somehow it will take something away from my life. And so we choose to not rest because we are always seeking a good. Remember that we're always seeking what we believe to be in keeping with our greatest good. So if we have this association in our mind that to rest is weak, that there literally is no time to rest because things need to get done, or that rest somehow is not the best thing for me, we will not choose it. And so that's step one. We can maybe reflect on that. Like, what is the vision I have of rest? Like, how do I think of rest? And the other part is rest doesn't have to be sitting on a couch doing nothing. Rest is whatever brings you life. I'll say that again. Rest does not have to be sitting on a couch. Rest is whatever rejuvenates you, rejuvenates your spirit, and gives you more life. So sometimes rest is sitting on the couch, but other times rest is connecting with an old friend on the phone. Sometimes rest is prayer. Sometimes rest is laying on the grass and staring at the sky, or listening to music, or reading a book, or taking a shower, or going to bed early, or going for a run. Rest means we stop doing things that are work on purpose to do something that gives us life. And if you can't think of something that gives you life, ask your higher power to show you. Because I think intuitively we seek it out, but we're not always consciously aware of it. So ask him, and you'll probably find yourself starting to do something that you're like, oh yeah, I think this is that thing that I couldn't think of. Ask him, he'll show you. And choose it. Do it on purpose. And say thank you for the rejuvenation, that you feel afterwards. And remember it. Remember it, because it's this memory that our disease somehow gets its fingers in, that distorts and changes it so that we don't always choose the good thing, so that we don't forget how bad the bad thing was, or we think the bad thing is the good thing. Ask your higher power to help you remember how good you felt after you exercised, how happy you were after you talked to your friend, how peaceful you felt after you prayed or read, or maybe went to a meeting. Ask him to help you remember, because that will help you choose it again and again and again. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you're here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.